it. He looked just like Sammy, too.
He sure as hell didn't act like him.
Ух ты, синт.
Institute thinks they can replace people with synths in this town? They
I
got
can
another
carry
thing
something
coming.
if you need me to.
What am I gonna tell his mother?
Hey, just your friendly neighborhood watch. Shooting down Institute spies as they crop up.
Хорошие ребята.
What happened here?
Ah, poor Sammy got snatched up by the Institute. Then those bastards send this low-rent double in his place. It's pathetic. They didn't make it 2 days before everyone realized something was wrong with him. Then we made the call, and here we are. Speaking of which, I gotta figure out where this body needs to get dumped. Why don't you get going?
Ладно, как знаете.
Hey there.
Got a reason to be bothering me. I just had to shoot up a synth body snatcher over here.
He was a synth?
Yeah, unbelievable, huh? Sammy was fine a few days ago, and then bam, he's acting funny, gives up cigarettes, the booze, stops cheating on his wife. I mean,
Воу-воу-воу, какие серьезные
But
преступления.
he was who he was, you know. The Institute ain't got no right to replace him with a synth double. Look, we gotta
Даже жене перестал изменять, вот
keep
подонок.
close to you and yours, all right?
Что институт с ними делает вообще? Как так можно? Но вы чувствуете, насколько все тут очень запущено. Так, дружинники, это старый Капитолий. В Капитолий поехали. За какую сторону планируешь проходить? Ну, пока 100% не решил, но есть идея за институт пройти. Потому что институт мне нравится. Институт это наше самое все.
In case you're wondering, the Diamond City radio signal comes in loud and clear here in Good Neighbor. And that Travis? Man, he got good.
Делал ли я каналы снабжения между поселениями? Да пока нет, я крафтом поселений не занимаюсь.
Save that Rex Goodman from the super mutants. Guess not everyone appreciates the Bard. Am I right?
Как-то так, да. Где у нас Макризи, может быть? Макризи, это как его? Хэнкок. Он вообще тут бывает? Дверь. А, смотрите, что тут только нет, а? Вот он. И еще, знаете, я что сделаю? Мне, наверное, одежду надену нормальную. Головной убор генерала Минитмана в костюм Реджинальда и очки в черной оправе. Нам это суммарно плюс 5 харизмы дает.
Hello, little pawn. Welcome to our fun and games.
Hey there.
You ever tried chess? Sometimes you need to sacrifice a piece to keep the game going. Keep that in mind.
Например, тобой пожертвовать. Хорошая идея.
Too bad about Finn. Gonna miss him next super mutant attack rolls round. Oh well. What can I do for our newcomer?
Привет, Кирюха. Да, вот Меланол прав. Нафиг поселения не нужны. Говорят, самая интересная ветка за подземку. Но она мне не очень идеологически нравится. Это, конечно, круто защищать права синтов и все такое. Но, seriously. Те трэшовые очки, да, как раз 47 остались.
Looks like my dazzling personality got another one.
What's your story, Hancock?
My favorite subject. I came into this town about a decade ago. Had a smooth set of skin back then. While I was busy making myself a pillar of this community, I would go on these, like, wild tears. I was young. Any chems I could find, the more exotic the better. Finally found this experimental radiation drug. Only one of its kind left, and only one hit. Oh man, the high was so worth it. Yeah, I'm living with the side effects, but hey, what's not to love about immortality?
You're immortal?
Well, not exactly. Ghouls just age really, really slow. Something about the rads, maybe? Who knows?
All that chem use definitely prepared you for a career in politics.
People respect me because I don't put myself above them, alright? I sling and shoot up just like the next guy. Now, before you bring me down, is there anything else you need?
Tell me more about this town of yours, Good Neighbor.
It's all about the people, understand? They're freaks, misfits, and troublemakers. And that's why I love them. Everyone here lives their own life, their own way. No judgments. Now, was there anything
Самая
else?
ультимативная свобода просто.
Did I hear you talking about the Institute?
You like my little speech? I do it every once in a while in case they're listening in. I want those synth makers to know that Good Neighbor is off limits. No one gets replaced in my town. But hey, weren't we talking about your needs? What did you come here for?
Кирюха, просто понимаешь, он постоянно ширяется, у него от этого зрачки такие большие, что они закрыли собой все пространство глаза. В этом проблема.
Why does the Institute replace people?
Hell if I know. Mess with people's heads, control us from the shadows, or maybe they do it just because they can. No one knows where the Institute is, what kind of people they are, or why they've decided to engineer their own slaves. But there it is. Just to be clear, everyone's welcome in Good Neighbor. I don't care if you're a synth, ghoul, or even a super mutant, so long as you play nice. And let me tell you, synths still under the Institute's control don't play nice. Done talking about this. What else you need?
Looking for work.
Work, huh? I'll tell you what, I got reconnaissance needs. There's a lot of weird talk coming in about a place called the Pikmin Gallery. It's raider territory up there, but they've been quiet. Like uncomfortable post-coitus quiet. Snoop it out and give me the word.
I might be interested, but let's talk money, Hancock.
Okay. Usual job pays 200, but I like you. So let's push it to 250.
250, да ты шутишь?
You said things have gone quiet up there. That means extra risks to cover.
I like where your head's at. Let's make it 300 caps.
Но-но.
If you can't put real money on the table, I'm out.
Ruthless. Nice. You might actually live long enough for me to pay you. All right, 400 caps. But that's all the town coffers can bear.
Бедная городская казна.
What else can you tell me about Pikmin Gallery?
Nothing. That's why I'm paying you to go out there.
Scout out Pikmin Gallery. On it.
Cool. Be thorough, okay? I'm not paying for a look-see. Find out what's really going on there.
Смотрите, Пайпер просто уже в восторге от того, что мы там сарказмом забавляемся. Из-за того, что мы постоянно торгуемся. Ей это нравится. Она очень плохая девочка, я знаю. Она только прикидывается хорошей. Это типа, эй, наркотиками не ширяться, чужого не воровать. Так кого-нибудь развести, как лоха последнего, обобрать до нитки. Так норма. Так, нам сюда. Ну и все. Осталось нам зайти по основному квесту вот в это заведение, которое называется Memory Den. Что там про мою подругу говорят? Ну, глаза и руки прочь от Пайпер.
Well, well, Mr. Valentine, I thought you had forgotten about little old me.
Так, единственное, я, наверное, надену штучки на интеллект, которые у меня. Так, интеллект и ушанка. На интеллект.
May have walked out of the den, Irma, but I'd never walk out on you.
Amari's downstairs, you big flirt.
Ну что, Ник?
Nick.
Let's go talk to Amari.
Да, идемте. Пайпер, ты куда вообще? Нам не сюда, нам вот в эту сторону.
Here for Amari, she's downstairs.
А, она внизу, я-то думал, ты, Амари.
Irma.
Whatever you and Nick are up to, I don't need to know. Just don't let the big metal softy hurt himself, all right?
Ясно. Пайпер, говорят, не нравится, когда просишь деньги у обычных граждан, а вот у богатеев норм. Ну ладно, пусть так. Видите, какая сложная игра, какие сложные спутники. Это вам не так
Dr.
себе.
Amari?
Yes? Wait, I know you. You're on the railroad. What's this all about?
Я из подземки. Да какой подземки? Я вообще ничего не знаю.
You're the one who can extract memories from a brain, right?
Normally, we only allow our clients to experience their own memories. Now, what's this all about?
Так, я
We
что-то
need
не
a
то снял
deep dig,
явно.
Amari, but it's not going to be easy. The perp, Kellogg, is already cold on the floor.
Are you two mad? Putting aside the fact that you're asking me to defile a corpse, you don't realize that the memory simulators require intact, living brains to function.
I mean, Technically, the corpse was defiled already.
This dead brain had inside knowledge of the Institute, Amari. The biggest scientific secret of the Commonwealth. You need this, and so do we.
Fine. I'll take a look. But no guarantees. Do you have it with you?
Could you say that like Dr. Frankenstein? Ego, fetch me the brain. No?
No, I will not. Now, do you have it?
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... Wait, that's the hippocampus. And this thing attached to it? A neural interface?
Those circuits look awfully familiar.
I'm not surprised. From what I've seen, all Institute technology has a similar architecture.
Nick's an older model synth. Is he compatible?
That's exactly what I was thinking. If we are lucky, it should hook right in. But even if this works, Mr. Valentine would be taking on a tremendous amount of risk. We're talking about wiring something to his brain.
Don't worry about me, Amari. Let's do it.
I appreciate this, Nick.
You can thank me when we've found your son. All right, let's do this.
Whenever you're ready,
Так, я забыл надеть единственную вот эту
Mr.
штуку.
Valentine, just sit down.
If I start cackling like an old grizzled mercenary, pull me out, okay?
Let's see here. I need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could be dire. Are you feeling any different?
There's a lot of flashes. Static. I can't make sense of any of it, Doc.
That's what I was afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded. It appears the Institute has one last failsafe. There's a lock on the memories in the implant.
How do you lock memories?
The implant is encoding all the mnemonic activity in the hippocampus. Think of it like computer encryption, and we don't have the password. Let's see. A single mind wouldn't be able to crack it. But what if we use two? We load both you and Mr. Valentine into the memory loungers. Run your cognitive functions in parallel. He'll act as a host.
А если я еще приму психа, то вообще дело пойдет. А если при этом танцевать голыми, то мы взломаем в 2 раза быстрее. По-моему, это так работает, ведь правда?
All right. Let's get started.
Just sit down over there and keep your fingers crossed.
See you on the other side.
Ладно, поехали. Момент истины. Что же было с моим сыном? Шон, жди меня.
Initiating brainwave migration between the transplant and the host. Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold on. Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary. I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location. There. This is the earliest intact memory I can find.
Где? Какие воспоминания?
Remember, you are experiencing these memories as Kellogg. This may prove
Что делать-то?
disorienting at first.
Просто бежать? Воу, воспоминания полегче, вы такие классные.
Turn down the goddamn radio! I'm trying to sleep!
Dad was either drunk or not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did. Don't know why Mom was with him. Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete asshole. Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way. And she... I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? I think now she wanted me to kill him. I should have. Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules. But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. Yeah, it doesn't matter now, though.
Про маму я, по-моему, до конца не дослушал. Машинка, машинка, я тебя хочу взять.
Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way. And she protected me from Dad. That cost her more than a few beatings. I never knew what happened to her after I left. I didn't want to know. Not then.
То есть он сбежал из дома, бросил ее и мог бы просто банально убить отца, изи. Да, да.
What a joke.
Так, мы пришли сюда, отсюда. Или нет?
Nothing, Connie. People like to talk and hope someone else is going to keep them safe.
Teacher at school said the NCR would bring back the good old days. Like before the big war.
Don't you listen to that twaddle. I'm going to stop singing you if that's what they're teaching you.
I'm going out. Where the fuck did you put my boots?
Listen to me, Connie. You take this. You're old enough. You're the man of the family now. It's your job to protect us. Your father's useless, but you won't turn out like him. You're a good boy. And all that on the radio, all useless talk. The only thing that will protect you in this world is that gun in your hands. You need to learn to use it if you're going to survive.
I will, Mom. I promise. I won't let you down.
You've always been my good boy.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for.
Да, явно не
There
то.
appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. There. Try that one.
О, сюда идем.
It's gonna be fine. You'll see.
But we don't know anybody here. And now, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah. You've got to give it a chance. I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days.
No, I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing? They seem kind of green.
I know. But that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew. As soon as I make the connections I need. Then I can give you anything you want. And little Mary, too.
I never worried about you before. Must be my mama instincts kicking in. Who knew I had those, huh?
Come on, you're great with her. And you don't need to worry about me. Most of it's just running security for the she. A lot of standing around looking tough.
Well, they sure picked the right person for that job.
Listen, it's gonna be great here. See this? This is what's gonna keep you and Mary safe. I promise.
I know, Connie. I'm sure we're gonna be really happy here.
We are. You'll see. That's okay. I got her.
Let's keep looking. I'll connect you to the next intact memory.
Так, стоп.
The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. Focus on the petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand. That's what happiness felt like. I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer. It's gonna be fun. Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second.
You'll see.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you weren't there to help them.
I found another memory to try. I'll connect you.
Сложная судьба не очень простого человека. Но меня-то Шон интересует. К черту Келлога.
Mind if we sit down?
Suit yourself.
There was always a job for someone like me. Didn't matter what it was. Didn't matter who I was supposed to kill. I got pretty good at it. I don't remember much from that time. It all kinda blends together. It was almost always a bar, though. That's universal. I didn't care where I was going. Ended up mostly wandering east. Getting as far away from San Francisco as I could, maybe.
Вообще радуют вот эти отсылки к старым Fallout'ам, которые были на западном побережье.
Is that right?
If you pay me.
Oh, we'll pay you. And you'll do this all by yourself?
That's right.
We pay you when the job is done. Is that okay?
That's the way you want to do it? So who do you want dead?
Well, it's like this. There's his family. Lives down the creek a ways.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
Окей. Привет, Мендоса. Тебе тоже приятного просмотра. Да, кошмар Макса Пейна. На самом деле такой нуарный очень момент в истории. Вот эти вот воспоминания, они выглядят крайне, знаете, интригующе, мрачно. Так, нет, я не сюда пошел, наоборот вернулся. К сожалению, бежать здесь нельзя. По нейронам ускоряться, к сожалению, не дают. Привет, Рулет. И Ашинесу тоже привет. Вот нам сюда. Я вот эти моменты переходов явно бы сократил на месте дизайнеров. Зачем так долго бегать?
I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
So, you're with the Institute. I wanted to see for myself if you really existed. I finally ended up in the Commonwealth. I kinda ran out of road. Plus, I'd come to terms with life. I wasn't gonna be stupid enough to get mixed up with caring about other people again. It was just me against the world. And the world had it coming.
We do.
The first synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I'm not that good. But the Institute could always make more, and kept making them better each time. They still give me the creeps, but You have to get used to them if you want to work with the Institute. You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute, but I figured they were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They were real, all right. They didn't know anything about operating on the surface. Relied on their synths for everything. They had the resources I needed, and I had the expertise they needed. Turned into a permanent arrangement, which suited me just fine.
As you can see,
What do you want?
it's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I could see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B-748, initiate.
Хорош, сукин сын, хорош.
Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something.
Так, мы отсюда пришли, да?
There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
Вот это вот, что ли? Видимо, да. Да это же... Убежище 111.
Vault computers are still working. That's good.
The eggheads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me, and I made sure they knew it.
Checking through the logs. Hopefully it's all...
I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. They didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really.
Find it. Pod C6. Down the hall near the end.
I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest of them. But we had our orders. Guess the old man didn't want so many loose ends. Too bad he left alive the one person he shouldn't have. I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but I never like to. And yeah, I guess it did remind me of her. Yeah, I'm a cold-hearted bastard for sure, but still human. Better this way, though. Better than taking her kid and leaving her alive. Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving him alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if he somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. If he could take me out, they won't be able to hide from him for long.
This is the one. Here.
Open it.
Is it over? Are we okay?
Almost. Everything's going to be fine.
Come here. Come here.
Wait. No. I've got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only gonna tell you once.
I'm not giving you Sean.
God damn it. Get the kid out of here and let's go. At least we still have the backup.
Cryogenic sequence reinitialized.
What's the holdup?
I'm almost finished, Kellogg. I just need to confirm. Come on. All right, we're good.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I found another intact memory. Whenever you're ready. Is that your son? This appears to be a very recent memory, so good news, I think.
Wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid, like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back. I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long. This whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up.
I mean, I'm not saying she's right, but Mayor, you know, he's gonna be in there this time. I probably shouldn't have
Kellogg.
said it.
It's okay. The new breed of synths could easily pass as human. Some of them did. But the coursers, they weren't built to blend in. They were killing machines, pure and simple. Smarter, stronger, and faster than almost any real human. I'm just glad they were always on my side. One of these days, you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
Шон ли это? Упоминается старик и говорится о том, что типа этот Шон был приманкой для меня. То есть какой-то старик хотел найти меня и в качестве приманки использовал...
Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
В общем, пока все сложно. Если знать наперед, конечно, какой там сюжет, то все становится вообще на свои места и очень просто.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance.
Нет, это недавние воспоминания.
As soon as you're ready.
Это воспоминание действительно недавно. Этот Шон, это не тот Шон, который Шон. Это, видимо, синт Шон. То есть, как бы, ну, подделка под Шона специально для того, чтобы меня привлечь и найти.
What'd they use you for?
Slow movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done
Это
this
мой
before.
сайд-эффект.
How do you feel?
Маленькие побочки.
This thing's got stims in it.
Хо-хо-хо, Пайпер, ты права. Стреляем в голову, забираем стимпаки, валим.
Am I okay? Are you seeing anything bad?
Don't be alarmed, but I honestly don't know what to look for. As I said before, this is uncharted territory, but your neural and physiological readings have returned to normal. From a medical standpoint, you're fine. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
Ну, как бы тут много вопросов на самом деле.
We got what we needed. The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out.
Yes, their greatest secret has finally been revealed. But that only leads to more questions. How does it work? Where do we go next?
What do you think we should do?
Let me think. What about that memory involving Virgil, the rogue Institute scientist? If he were alive, we have a common enemy. He might help us.
Тут что-то про спойлеры говорит. Ну а какие спойлеры? Тут и так ясно, что это последние недавние воспоминания. То есть это было недавно. Реально, собственно, и по радио поэтому говорят о событиях сегодняшнего дня. И ученого мы пойдем искать, потому что он еще жив, пока возможно. Мы Келлога убили, я думаю, до того, как он ученого устранил.
There's gotta be another way.
We delved into every memory we could find. This is the only thing I can think of that might get us more answers.
I like it.
The memory said the Institute tracked him to the glowing sea, but that seems crazy. A madman would think twice about going there.
That's why he's there. To make the Institute think twice about following him.
That must be it. He's using the radiation in the glowing sea like a shield, or a cloak, a way to throw them off and be at an advantage. If Virgil found a way to survive there, you'll have to do the same, if you're going to follow him.
Кстати, организм, да, заметил, вот Бехезде нужно было сохранять нашего первого персонажа, такого, каким он вошел в убежище, и вот тогда бы этих рыжих волос бы не было. А то, получается, постригся, и вдруг внезапно в прошлом тоже постригся. Ох, ладно, так.
Oh, I'm going in naked. Fingers crossed I get superpowers.
I know you're joking, but as a doctor, I feel obligated to remind you that unprotected radioactive exposure will only kill you. Dead. D-E-A-D. So be sure you find a way to get through there with your life intact. And good luck. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.